Hello, traders. Welcome to the Trading Buddy System Futures and Forex forecast for the week of March the 18th. Well, since I didn't get it out this weekend due to being sick, I was holding off this bug that my kids had, and Friday it just hit me hard, and I was out the entire weekend. I did not even get a chance to look at my computer. So today we could just call it an update since we've already got some things going on. But it's interesting if we take a look at some of our results from last week. We're doing pretty good, telling where the market's gonna go, and we just have to make sure that we put in a good execution on our trades and good risk management, not over trading and things like that. So for today, I'm recording this Monday morning. We've already got the stock market opening and the ES breaking the high of Friday's high. And so coming all the way back from all the selling that happened on Friday, you could see though that the advanced decline line is still not really interested. And looking at it in real time, there's not a lot of delta, not a lot of interest in this. I think this is just off of some news, some with the Nasdaq. The Russell is struggling. The Dow isn't as strong, but it is showing some new prices. We also have the Fed decision this week. It's expected that they're not going to raise rates. They're going to push off raising rates. They're going to cut the amount of time they're raising rates. I don't know how that's going to affect the market. That could either do good for it or people freak out by it. Your guess is as good as mine, but we do have that on Wednesday to be careful of. So what I'm going to do right now is just I'm going to wait to see what this market wants to do. If we start to get some selling pressure, I may just wait until we're at these highs again, 52.50, and see if we're going to break above that. But I'm a little bit suspect of this market making new highs again. So I'm going to be on the sideline when it comes to the stock futures. Silver has continued to rally. I did say the week prior that we should be looking at opportunities to get long, and you can see that we did have a pullback here on Tuesday right here. I was expecting Wednesday for it to come down a little bit more, maybe test this high right here, like this, but or right into there. But it did not come down. It actually rallied and broke the high. So I'm on the sidelines in this market. I missed this latest rally. But you can, yeah, basically when we were in this consolidation all this time down in here, we were waiting for it to make a break and get to 24.50 in this area right in here. And it's even broken that and gotten to 25.50. So we're probably going to test this 2600 up there. And once it gets up there, we'll reevaluate what we're doing, but wait for pullbacks to go long on the silvers. Same thing with gold. I said, hey, we should have a pullback here in gold, and this was all last week. Lower highs, lower lows. Kind of a flag pattern here. I expect we'll try to continue to see if we're going to break above this up in here. But I'm positive on the metals, and so this gold is probably a good contract to grab hold of if you're not long. And I'm looking for buy signals in gold. Crude oil finally made a break above this 80 price point that we were looking at for all this time, the last month or so. And last Wednesday, Thursday, after the inventories, it finally made a break, and it's kind of sticking around there. So I expect it to kind of come back up into this area, into the 82, 83, 84 area before before getting before getting hit hard back down, maybe testing back down. But it is possible that if it gets to Thursday's low today or tomorrow, that we're going to see it come back into this consolidation area, and then we'll just have to wait for that bullishness to continue. But otherwise, hold on. If you're long, hold on to your longs, and if you're looking to get long, look for pullbacks. I'm still long natural gas. My stops are below these lows over here. We got kind of close to them on Thursday and Friday. Luckily, today, Monday, we're getting back up here. Hopefully, we'll make a break of Friday's high and get back up into these levels here. Otherwise, we'll be stopped out below this 1.60 level, and our bullishness in natural gas will have to wait. But so far, we're waiting for the bulls to take over. If you're not long, just put a buy signal at Friday's high. That's a buy signal right there. So uh, staying long on natural gas. In the grain markets, soybean and soybean meal, we've had an attempt. We had on Thursday a nice attempt to go up, but it gave us a huge sell-off. That's usually pretty suspect. Friday it came back up for us, and so we're hoping that that bullishness continues this week. We'll just have to wait and see. We really don't know what it wants to do here. So, uh, but like I said, the commercials have been in the buying mode of this market all throughout this selling for soybean and soybean meal and corn, and so we're bullish the grains, and we're going to continue to hold on to our long positions. Wheat has been the weaker, and we're hoping that it makes a break of this trend line that it has right here. But we're just going to have to wait to see. We have stops below there. Uh, I went long again, but we got stopped out when it broke this the week previous. But I'm still long the grades because of how much the commercials have been buying, and I'm expecting a nice, fairly decent move. It's not too bad of a margin requirement for the grades, as far as a risk perspective. If you have a large account, holding a couple of contracts of this isn't too bad. So that's why I went back long, kind of anticipating the move back up. But if you want to be more conservative in your entry, you want to wait for a break of this trend line and a test back down to create a higher low. And that's when you want to start going along this market. Bonds came all the way back down into this level. Last week, I expected it to kind of continue, but we got it to pull back. And so, depending on what the Fed does this week with the dollar and the interest rates and whatnot, that's going to highly affect the bond market. So, if the dollar weakens, then we should see bond prices go back up to the upside. And so, look for longs if the dollar weakens this week. Okay, let's take a look at our Forex markets that we'd like to look at. Some significant news is coming up this evening with the Bank of Japan. And so you can see that the dollar yen has made this rally that exactly what we expected. I mentioned last week's forecast that when the market was down here, I said we might make an attempt down to go here, but it should bounce. We should see us coming back to these levels, maybe possibly even this one. And we got very close into this area. We got that rally. And so I'm expecting with tonight, I'm actually expecting the Bank of Japan to maybe do some intervention. I think from what the news is saying that they're expecting to raise rates from negative zero point 0.1 to back to zero. So that could give us a move to the downside on the dollar yen. It could make it go up. I have no idea. So we just have to be careful when it comes to news events, but that should be good for the yen, and we'll see how that plays out tonight. But if it comes back to Thursday's low, that's the sell signal, and then if it has some volatility for the next candle, we'll wait for the break of today's candle. So that's what we want to wait for. So the pound, we also predicted that even with the break of these levels here, that the pound would come back down. Back to this level is kind of where I thought it could come down to, and it came very close to that 2,700 level. It could still come down to that level before the Fed makes its announcement on Wednesday, but we could see some strength if the dollar weakens because of lack of raising rates or cuts or whatever. It could strengthen it. It could push it down because the rates are going to stay the same, and you know. Uh, the dollar is still going to be attractive. But we'll just see how the markets react to this on Wednesday. Be very careful with your positions until then. Same thing with the euro. On Thursday, the euro came down hard, and then Friday it kind of held. I think it's still waiting to see what's going to happen on Wednesday. You can see how just uh, non existent the volatility has been with the euro. It's been the weaker of the two when it comes to the pound and the euro comparisons. We've got momentum to the downside. And so we'll see how the euro reacts to FOMC coming up on Wednesday. Last but not least, the euro yen is coming back up. But again, the yen has some important decisions today and important new information to see how that's going to be absorbed. And so the market could go up or it could go down, up or down here. And so we're going to wait and see how the market's going to react tonight before we make a huge decision on which direction to go. I mean, the fact that this is the first time that they've raised rates for the Japanese yen in a long time, I'm kind of expecting the yen to react favorably and strongly against the other pairs. Uh, but who knows? It could go up first. So we'll see how this pans out this week. Okay, that's going to be it for me this week. The things I'm going to be waiting for, you probably guessed, I'm going to be kind of light on my positions until the FOMC reaction, the news comes out, the reactions to that news comes. So we'll see how that plays out this week. And I wish you the best with your trading and take care. And we will see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this content. And good luck and good trading.